Hello my friends, welcome back to another Painting with Harold. Tonight I'm using a 16 by 20 that's turned on portrait, already covered in a thin even coat of liquid white. My colors are titanium white, phthalo blue, mountain mix. Have Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, alizarin crimson, sap green, cad yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, and the evil bright red. And tonight, we're going to do what I think will be a fun little painting. It's going to be colorful. It's going to be kind of pretty, and if it turns out right, it'll be pretty. There's a couple new little things we're going to do different tonight that should be fun. And hopefully within the next 4 or 5 videos, I'm going to be able to do a few things different. I'm going to be able to show the palette better when I'm mixing colors. I've had a couple people asking or saying that they'd love to see the colors. And I can understand that. And I'm really going to go to work on doing that and maybe get a little better introduction to the videos. Kind of step it up a little bit, make it look a little more professional, at least as professional as I can. But with that, we'll go ahead tonight and we'll get started, and hopefully this works out, because if it does, it'll be like I said, it'll be a beautiful little painting. Alright, I'm going to go right into a very little of the bright red on a 1-inch brush, and I'm tapping it right in the bristle. And then I'm going to come up, okay, let's say if this is halfway of the canvas, I'm going to come up just a little above half. And I'm just going to start by doing just little loose strokes in here. Just like so. Nothing real fancy. And when this red hits the liquid white, it turns to a pink color, and that's what we wanted right now, or it's what I wanted. I wanted it to turn pink like that. And since we got that color on the brush, we'll come down in here, because we put water in here. We're gonna need a little of this color in here. It won't take a lot, just a little color here and there, just to show some of the pink. Alright, then I'm going to go into just a very little of the phthalo blue. Very little of the phthalo blue. And I'm going to come up and just start loosely brushing it in, like so. Now you have to be careful with this blue, because it's so strong that it will take over everything. And then we'll come in here and we'll put us a little blue in the water, just like so. Alright, then I am going into some alizarin crimson, and then I'm going to take it off to the side just a little bit. Now there's already some blue in the brush, don't forget that. So with the blue that's already in the brush, you're going to already get a light lavender, but we're going to pick up a little more blue and tap it in, because we want a darker lavender. We want a darker color. And we're going to come up to the corners We're going to put that dark color in all the way across like so. We'll do that all the way across the top, just real loose. Then we'll work it down and just work it right into the blue, just like so. And then we can bring it down and come into that red just a little. Pick up just a little bit more. Do the same thing on this side. Bring it across the bottom here just very gently. I don't want a whole lot at the bottom because I'm not trying to take over everything with it. Just here and there. Leave you some light spots in your sky. This is a real loose painted sky. It's not going to be very. It's not very tight. I'll say that. Then we'll come in here with some color, same color, and this is nothing really too precise. It's just adding some color in, just across the bottom like so. Then we'll pick us up a little more to color, and by this point you should be just about running out of this color. Just like so, we'll bring that around in our sky, just like so. And there again, nothing is real precise right now. We're not doing a real precise kind of painting right now. We're just real loosely putting color up here. That's all we're doing at this point. All right, now we will let this 1-inch brush soak in the Thunder bucket for a few minutes. And we're going to pick up a clean, dry 2-inch brush. And with the 2-inch brush, I'm going to start right here at the bottom in the liquid white. And I'm just start real lightly blending in our X strokes. Just real lightly. I'm going to blend up. And I want to stay out of the red as much as possible. Just kind of working that outer edge. Work up into bring that color up into the purple if you need to, or if you had to, but kind of keep it out of the little pink color here if you can. Because that's going to be our weakest color on the board right now, and we don't want to lose all that color. But just lightly blend, and if you have to step back from the canvas to see what it looks like, well, you can do that. And then come across the bottom here in your just little horizontal strokes. You just blend all these colors together, just like so. And you can see how our pink kind of disappeared right there, which is not a real big deal down here. But we're going to go and knock this color out of the brush. Knock it out. And then very gently again. Alright, then we want to come right at the top of our blue and our pink color there. And we just want to very, very lightly blend that. Very lightly. Because I'm telling you, that blue will take over. It will take over the pink. And it'll do it quick. It'll do it before you realize it. Just like so. That's the sky that we kind of want in this painting. I want this to be just a little bit lighter. About like so. I like that better, yeah. Okay. Alright, now that worked out. We'll knock the paint out of the brush again. And we will hang on to this brush for a minute. For another step we're going to do. Alright, I'm going to pick up my knife. And I'm going to go into my mountain mix. Pull it out flat. Get me a little roll of paint. And I'm going to come right up here. And I'm going to start my mountain about, let's see, if this were halfway and this was halfway and you split the canvas, I'd be in panel 1 over here. About middle ways of panel 1, I'm right on the edge of my blue. That don't mean that's where your blue stops, but I'm about middle ways. This way and this way is where I'm gonna lay my knife at, right there. That's where I'm gonna start. And then I'm gonna come up with this peak and push it on up. Because remember, all we're concerned about right now is this outside edge. That's all we're worried about right now. And we'll come down a little, about like so. And we'll push out over here. We'll put us another little peak out there. Just about like so. And we'll bring that down. And that's all we need over here. And then we will come in here and grab this dark color here. We'll pick it up off the canvas. Scraping pretty hard right here. And we'll come out here with a little peak right off the side of that one. No, I don't like that. I don't like the, I want it to be a little higher than this one. I don't want these straight across from each other. So we'll do it like this. About like that, yeah. Whenever I'm doing my mountains, now this don't mean you have to do it this way. I'm not saying it's the right way. There again, this is just the way I do it. I don't like having my peaks the same height. Like if I got one, you know, say this is my main peak and it's taller than the rest of them. When I come down and do one on this side, I don't want it to have one exactly the same height over here. And that's you know, if that's one of those rows in painting, well, I'm glad we know it. But I mean, that's just the way I just don't think that it looks good on the eye when you have them staggered at the same height across there like that. And like I said, I don't know if that's a technical deal in painting or what, but all right, then we'll go ahead and make us another little peak out here, and we'll run this on off the canvas now. But just like that, that's all we worried about right now is this outside edge. Just come in here and scrape out as much of this color as you can. Just be careful not to push too much color outside your line, because if you do, the mountain's going to grow, and we don't really need it to grow on us right now. All right, clean my knife off, and I'll pick up that brush that we blended the colors with up top. And I'm going to come in and just push over to it and pull straight down. Push over to it, pull that color straight down. And then to do the same thing on this side. And just keep working it. Just keep working it on around. Pull that color on off the canvas like so. And just keep pulling as much of that paint out of there as you can without creating havoc on yourself. And by that I mean, you know, pushing paint outside of your lines there so it grows on you. Alright, then we'll pull some of this color out. Just like so. Just like so. And that's kind of what we was going after right here. We wanted a good clean line on the outside, but removing as much paint on the inside of it as we can. And that will help us on our next step. Just like so. Alright, we'll drop that brush in the cleaner now. Okay. Just for some fun, I'm going to pick up a fan brush and I'm going to go straight into some titanium white, and I'm going to pull that titanium white out. And with no certain, nothing in mind here. I mean, I don't have an idea. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to come up to the canvas and I'm just going to start just little circles. Just keep the brush moving. Just little crazy circles and spinning the brush and go back in, load it up again, and just crazy little just movements is all I'm doing up here. I don't, like I said, there's no rhyme, no reason. I don't have a plan in mind as far as where my next step's gonna go. I'm just loosely throwing in some colors here. Just stay out of your mountain as best you can. But that is all I'm doing, is just throwing in some colors. White, anyway. Just like so. And if you got a couple spots that, you know, you want a little whiter than others, just grab you some more and just come up here at random and just throw them in. That's all you got to do. Just throw them in. That's what I say, you know, this painting is real loose, real fun. There's nothing going to be real difficult that we're going to do on this canvas today that you can't do. All right, now we're going to pick up our 2-inch brush, clean and dry, and we're just going to come up and just lightly over the whole sky up here, just lightly blend all this together. Just real lightly blend it together. Just like so. And then come back in areas and fluff it up. Stay out of your mountain. Like that. See how I did that? Got right into my mountain. After I just sat here and said stay out of it. Oh boy. Alright. And then very lightly come across and set that color right down into the sky. Just like so. And if that showed up on the canvas or on the camera, what you should have is just some pretty little clouds in the sky, but not real vivid type clouds. They're gonna look kind of loose and distant, and that's what we wanted. About like so. Alright, now I didn't get away with that, and I know y'all seen it, so I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm going to come into a little of the phthalo blue. I mean just a touch on my filbert brush, and then I'm going to tap that color out on my palette. And then I'm going to come right up here where I just messed up, and I'm just going to tap that little mark I just made all the way back down to the canvas, just like so. I may have to pick up a little bit more, but that's all I'm going to do is come up here and just tap this blue on, and then I'm going to work it in a little bitty circle in here just to kind of blend it out, just like so. Then I'm going to pick up just a little bit of white, and I'm going to bring that white in here and try to make this blend in with the clouds to where it looks like maybe a cloud got over real close to our sky here and picked up a little peak of sunlight. Just like that, we'll pull it out. Oh man, look at my hand. I have got paint everywhere here. And just come in and lightly tap. Just tap that color out. Just like so. Oh my goodness, where did all this paint come from on me? I am covered in this color. Where did it come from? There you go. Wow. Okay, well I'm gonna give myself a bath here before I go any further. I may have to go run some bath water. Gee whiz. I don't know where that color came from, but it found me. Alright. That is not a bad looking little sky. I hope the camera shows it. I may have to, nah, I'm going to leave it just like it is. I'm not going to put no more color up there. Because if I do, then I'll kill all my blue. And I don't want to kill none of the color. Everything stayed about where I wanted it. So, alright, now we're going to do mountains tonight. And we're going to do mountains tonight with a brush again. Because it seems as though I'm swapping out. It seems like I'm doing mountains with the brush, and I'm doing mountains with the knife. And the last painting I did it with the knife. Tonight we'll do it with some brushes. Tonight we're going to use a filbert, number 4 filbert, kind of small. And I'm going to load this filbert brush up with paint. Then we'll come right up to this peak right here and just touch, just like so. Just like if I was using a knife. And then holding it real loosely, I'm going to come up and I'm going to drag this paint out, just like so. And you can see that paint trying to break even using a filbert brush, because even with it I'm not applying any pressure. It's real light, just real light, just like if I was using a knife. And I don't really want the highlights on this mountain to be just, you know, all in your face. I kind of want it, toned down some. And we'll come up to this corner. And we'll do the same thing here. Just like so. Then we'll come over here. Pull this in. Just like so. And just very gently pull it down. Using nothing but the filbert knife. I'm using a filbert knife tonight, people. The filbert brush. That's all I'm using. Now, if this turns out the way I'm hoping it does, I want it to look like the mountain has little peaks on it here and there, but at the same time, it's in mist. It's got mist all, you know, in different areas on it. All right, we'll come right in here on this one. Drop in some color, just like so. About like that's all we need. We can get away with coming over here now, turn that into mist looking color. Alright. Then we'll come in here and touch us a couple spots. Just here and there. Now what I'm hoping to let us get away with this is when we start doing our shadows. If everything turns out right, it should. Alright, we'll pull this down. Give ourselves another little peek. About like so. Now if you see what I'm doing here, all I'm doing is putting paint on there, on that one side, and I'm just very gently pulling this filbert brush down. Just barely letting it touch the canvas. And just pulling it down in different spots. And all that's doing is creating little ridges here and there in the mountain. And then I don't know where that yellow came from, but it sure joined in. Alright, a lot of these colors is because of the painting we did last night. A lot of these colors are left over from that painting. Alright, we'll pull this one all the way out, like so. And then we got one more up here to do. We'll come in here and give him a little peek. And we'll pull some color out for him. Don't have to be much, just a little. And we'll let him join in right over here. Just like so. I'll work on this just a little. I ain't crazy about that. Alright, we'll come up here and pull some of this down. Like so. Alright, now I'll go right into some phthalo blue. Right on the brush. I'm going to brush mix this since it's already got a lot of white on it. And that should give us that baby blue look we always want. I'd put a little more white in it till we get this color we're looking for. Alright, now since we have a filbert brush, we can come in here now and just pull us out some shadows under some of these different peaks up here. And that'll give us little ridges all in our mountain. And it'll make it look like little ridges growing everywhere. Just little differences in color here and there is all it takes to stand you up a little ridge. That's all it takes. And we'll come in here and we'll do us one here. About like so. And we'll come in here, make that stand up, about like that. That's all we need right there. And then bring a little line down through here. Just touch here and there. And then we'll come up here. We'll put us another little peak behind that one. One behind that. About like so. One right here. And all it is pulling down in angles, because that's all this mountain is. It's angles. Alright. We'll come right through here with one. We'll come over here with one. Through here. And we'll come up here and get us one up here. Just like so. And we'll bring this on around. And we'll do this one there. Just wherever you see you need a shadow, just put you one in there. Just like so. And then you got spots like this that don't want to come out and play just right. So come up here and work on him. Make him stand up there. You can bring this through. Just completely bring this whole mountain over here on this one side. And you can always go back and get you some more white. And when you pick up the white, it'll have a little blue already in it. Just come up and find you a spot that you want to add a highlight here and there and do it, I mean, it's your painting. And believe me, if something works for you, it ain't wrong. If it works for you, it's right. Come in under all of these little shadows and kind of just blend them in. That's all you got to do. I mean, just work with them. Because once they blend in, we got another step to do. Remember, we always have to make our mountain look like it's sitting in mist. So any peak that's I said we wanted it to look like it's sitting in mist in different places. Well, that's kind of what we hoping works when we get to it. And we're to it, so let's see if it works. Alright, we're going to come in way out here and just barely tap. Just barely tap. Keeping that same angle that you made your mountain in. Keeping that same angle. Now, here comes the test. We're going to see if it softens our mountain down the way we wanted it to. Oh boy, look at there. There's something we're going to have to fix. I pulled up too hard. But that's the beauty of it. We can fix it. Without even getting upset about it. I mean, it's that fixable. And all you got to do is just pick you up a little brush. Any kind of little brush. It don't matter. It does not matter what kind. And just come in here and pull that white back down on your peak, and then come in here and pull it back down. That's all you got to do. And just kind of spread it back out. And then if you're shadowing away, come back up here and get you some of that color on your little brush. Come back up and just fill it back in. Just like so. And that's all you got to do. And pull it down at that angle. And just like that, it's right back in there. Alright. Alright, now I need to come back up here real gentle. Don't get crazy again. Just real gentle. And pull a little of this color down. Because I want this mountain I want it to be soft back here. I want it to look real soft. I don't want a real hard mountain in this painting. About like so. That's what I'm looking for. I want it to look like it's just real misty way back in here. And then just like that, we'll come back in here. I got two stripes for some reason showing up in my color. I don't know what those are. About like so. Yeah, that's pretty. I like the way that turned out. I really do. That's real soft looking. I don't know what this dark stripe is. It's running the whole length of my canvas. Huh. Oh well. Maybe it won't mess it up. Alright, I'm going to wash that little brush I just used. And I am going to go into how do I want to do this? I'm going to do this step with a 1-inch brush. This will be something different for us too. Something we hadn't done yet. I'm going to go right into the mountain mix color. And I'm going to tap it right on the brush. Let's see if I can show you. My palette is not attractive tonight. But I'm just straight tapping. Just like so. Just straight tapping. That's all. Just tapping straight into the paint. And when you pick up your brush, you can see what I think would be a good something to compare it to is almost a popcorn ceiling in a sky or in a house. When you get through, you have those little ridges sticking up the paint. But now with the brush loaded, we're going to come right up to the canvas and we'll start. We just don't want to kill our mist here. So we'll start kind of under it a little. And we just want to pull straight down across here. Just pull straight down. All the way across. And this is with the 1-inch brush. And then when you start getting a little further this way, turn your brush sideways so your trees can get shorter. And just stop them somewhere over here before you run off the canvas. And then you can come back over here and make these a little taller. Just like so. And I'm not really pushing real hard here. It's just hard enough to get the impression of trees up here. Just take it out to about right there. I like that better. Just pull them straight down, and we'll keep them kind of the same height on the bottom, about like so. Just like that. That's all we need. And then we'll go back up and do the same thing again. Just tap a little color on. Then we'll come right up here and start pulling this straight down. And keep in mind that as you go across, you're going to get shorter and shorter as you go across, because your trees up here are getting shorter and shorter. So you only want to pull these down as far as they are tall. And it don't have to be exact, you know, it needs to be kind of close. Just like anything really in this technique, nothing really has to be perfect. It's just got to be enough to sell the illusion. Because that's all this is. Painting is just an illusion. I mean, you and I both know that these are not real trees. These are just painted lines on a canvas. But if we can sell the idea to somebody that they're real trees, well, that's an illusion. And we come out just like so. We got a couple darker spots here and there, but that'll be fine. We'll work on those too. Okay, about like so. And I'll just have to wash some brushes. I can see that. All right, I'll knock some of that color out. Then I'm going to take another clean, dry 2-inch brush and come straight across, just very gently across here. Blend this color out. Get our reflections in the water, like so. And then come back up here and give them their shape back, about like that. That's all we need to do. We'll hold on to that brush for a minute. Then we'll come up here and pick us up some of this blue color with a little bit of white in it. And we'll come across here and give ourselves a little water line all the way across. And then right here, our bank kind of goes back. So we want to follow that bank back. Just like so. And we'll come out in the water and Put us a couple little ripples here and there. Just keep them level. Level as you can. Alright. You know, I don't know if it's a light situation or what's going on here, but I am not feeling none too happy about how them clouds turned out. They're just not. That's awful bright. I'm really not. I'm not happy with those clouds. We're gonna work on clouds here in a little bit. I'm just not happy with them. And I'm the one painting it, so if we're not happy with it, we may as well fix it. That's just all there is to it. Alright, I'm gonna put out a little more titanium white. Well, I said I was. I may not. Not unless I go open a tube. Speaking of tubes, I don't know if you own one of these or not, but this little thing is called a tube wringer, and it will save you a lot of paint. If you don't have one, look into getting you one, because I'm telling you, you'll think a tube of paint is about out, and you take a tube wringer and put on there, and my word, at the paint you can squeeze out of a tube. It is unbelievable, really, at the amount of paint that thing will save you. Alright, I got some more white out now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1-inch brush and I'm going to tap, just like I did that color a minute ago, that when I picked up my palette, that's all I'm going to do with the white right here. And then I'm going to come up here and just dance it around just like I did the fan brush earlier. I'm just going to add some more color in here, because for some reason that color's not, it's just not showing the way I want it to. I still want to be, I want to be careful that I don't wipe out all of this blue right here. So if I have to stay out of it, I will. But now I got a good bit of lavender in the sky up there, so I can kind of get away with putting some paint in up there, and maybe just a little bit down here in the blue. And then we'll come over here and put just a little. I just wasn't tickled to death with that. It looked. It wasn't speaking to me. So what I'll do this time is I'll kind of ease up on my blending. I won't blend it as hard this time. I'll just come up here and hypnotize some of these. Just kind of give them a fluffed up feeling. Just here and there. Because I want them to look like they're just little wispy type clouds, but I still want them to have that white crown effect to them too. And don't forget, if you're getting close to your mountain, kind of try to stay out of it best you can. Alright, about like so. Now to me that just, I mean, it looks better, but it just still ain't what I'm looking for. I like that a lot better. That softened down. Got rid of the brush strokes. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Now I hope that's showing up a lot better, I think. Okay, now, I do need to wash a couple brushes. I remember just saying that. Because we're fixing to mix up another color here. This next color we use is going to be, it's going to be some more of the mountain mixture with a little blue in it. And a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Because I'm really wanting a good dark color. And you will see why as soon as we get it mixed up. Because it's just going to be a real pretty color that it adds to this painting. I'll say that. Alright, now I've got a fan brush already over here in the paint. Alright, we're going to swap up on our green trees tonight, on our evergreens. We're not going to do the normal green trees that we normally do. Tonight we're going to push up on the brush. I think I've done some of those on video, but if I hadn't, you'll see it done tonight. Alright, I'm going to pick up a little phthalo blue, come right into that mountain mix, and a little of the Van Dyke brown, because I want this color to be dark. Good and dark. Alright, load the fan brush up on both sides. And I'll tell you what, let's start right over here first. We'll come, let's come up. Let's come up to about right here. We'll come in here and give us a nice little tree right here. Now to do these trees, instead of tapping side to side like normally, tapping down, this time we're going to tap up. I'm going to come in here like so. I'm going to tap these trees up. Just like this. Instead of tapping down. Alright, like so. Then we'll go back and load up our brush again. And we'll give him a little friend out here. About like so. We'll come in here and just tap up again. That's all we're doing. Just tapping up. You think they need a friend? Yeah, he probably does. We'll come out here with his little friend and we'll tap up again. Just like so. And we'll take and push up with our fan brush here. We'll just run that on off like so. Come across here and maybe bring this out just a little. about like so. Kind of at an angle across here. See how I did that? I want this to come down at an angle, kind of like so. Alright, and then we come out here, pull straight down with the big trees, and just come in here and give yourself some color. Remember what I said earlier, it don't have to be perfect right here. All you looking for is the color in here. That's all we're looking for. Okay. And then we'll take that 1-inch brush. No, not that one. We'll use this 2-inch brush here. We'll come up here and very gently pull this color down. Very gently. Go across. Just like so. Put that reflection in the water. And we'll put a little more Van Dyke brown in our color. A little more blue. Since we're already on this side, we'll stay on this side for now. Let's come way up here this time. Let's get crazy. Alright, we'll come about right here. And we'll bring us a big tree down. About like so. And we'll come up and touch. It's gonna be a big old evergreen here. Good healthy evergreen. He got a lot of rain when he was young. A lot of fertilizer and rain. I'm going to bring this right on out, right on down. About like so. And we want him sitting on a little bank over here that just kind of runs off the canvas, about like so, with little bushes on it here and there. And we pull this color straight down, just like so. And we want to come in off of this one and just pull us in another one. Carry it all the way off the canvas, just like so. Just fill it in with the fan brush. Let it come across here like so. Yeah, we'll bring this one out just a little bit more. Just a little bit. We'll pull it on down. Just like so. Alright. And then very gently come across, give yourself your reflection. And then on this side, we will, alright, let's hang on to that brush for now. But we will come in on this side, and I'm going to tap this 2-inch brush, clean dry 2-inch brush. I'm going to tap it right into the same color that we used here, just tapping it right in. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to start right here, and just work our way up and into this mountain, just a little, about like so. And then I'm going to come down just a little here and there, and just kind of give myself some tree shape. Come all the way down to here. And we'll say that this one almost comes all the way out to meet, right there. Just like so. And we'll pull this down across here. And then we will bring this out. And we will let it tie in with this one over here. Just like so. And that closed our lake in. Okay, just like so. And that's all we need to do to really get away with building us a nice little painting here. That's all we need to do. Just like so. We'll bring that down to where we can come straight across like that. I like that better. Yeah. There we go. I like that better. Yeah. Alright, now we will pick us up a knife, and before we do any highlighting at all, we'll get a little roll of paint, and we'll come right up here, and we will give ourselves a nice little water line across here. And we will give ourselves a nice little water line across here. About like so. And we'll give ourselves a nice little water line across here. We'll make that look like it's just kind of working its way back in here. About like so. That's all we need. Then we'll pick us up a little color, come out here and give ourselves a ripple here and there. We just want to keep it good and level. About like so. Alright, let's clean this one up a little bit. I don't like the way it's looking. Much better. Yeah. And we'll do the same thing to this one. We'll clean it up a little. Alright, I'm going to pick up a little dark sienna and some white. marble mixed together, and pick up just a very little roll of paint on my knife. And we'll come up and add a little trunk to our trees here. To our evergreens. Don't take that much. Okay. And I will pick up script liner. And I will bring the script liner into the same color we used to make the trees. Get it good and wet. Round it off in this paint. Get a good little tip on it. Alright, and we'll come up here. Put in a nice little trunk. Now this little trunk, just like always, it may stay and it may not. Just depends on how the highlighting goes. Because if I get crazy highlighting, I'll dang sure cover them up. Also, I want to give you a little tip on putting limbs on trees. If you're having a problem, hold that script liner brush way back at the back, and that'll almost allow your hand to, you can shake it as you're pulling up the limbs, and it'll give you that shaky look that to me it looks more natural if your limbs are not just kind of straight like deer antlers, just. Alright, we'll come in here and add a couple little sticks and twigs here and here. Just, I'm pretty sure most of these will get covered up, but we'll stick them in here just for the sake of saying they're here. They don't have to be nothing real powerful. Just just bring a couple in that stick up here and there. About like so. That's all you need. And I will clean the script liner brush. Okay. And I will pick up, the first brush I'm going to use is the 1-inch oval. And I'm going to go pick up just a tick of thinner on this 1-inch oval brush. I'm going to come right into, now I had some yellow on the canvas already mixed with some of the green from yesterday. So all of those colors that got brush mixed yesterday, they're going to get used again tonight. Because I don't want to throw no paint away if I don't have to. So we'll come up here and we'll start our highlighting our little trees. Alright, let's get some more yellow on that so it looks like it's out here getting caught in the sunlight. There we go. And these are just little light taps of color. That's all it is. And the more you tap the color on, the more the undercolor you're gonna pick up. And the more the undercolor you pick up, the more it's gonna change colors on you. But just very gently. Keep enough paint on your brush that you don't have to smush. You know, that you don't have to push hard, because that is not what you want. You want to just be able to come up here and touch that brush to the color that's already there. Just touch it and let off of it. That's all you want to do. And if you can't do that, you either don't have enough thinner, or liquid white even, or liquid clear. You can use whatever you want. The only thing when you use liquid clear is you have to be careful if you do try to go back and use thinner, because liquid white and thinner will have a chemical reaction, and it'll cause all kinds of little problems for you. But now if you keep the paint thin enough, and you keep enough of it on your brush, it'll stick for you. Because that's the golden rule in this painting. This style is thin paint sticks to a thick paint. But that's all it is. You see that? I'm just barely touching. And guess what else I'm doing? Trying not to kill all the dark. Oh, I know y'all get sick of hearing that. But it is the truth. I mean, you can't come in here and kill all the dark. That is for sure. Alright, I'll leave this one about like that for now. We down on the trunk. I see one spot right here I want to. Right there. Yep, right there. Much better. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, now we'll come into the yellow ochre and the green color over here. Alright, we'll come in here and let this little tree use this yellow ochre. About like so. He just looked like he was crying for it. About like so. That's all we need. Alright, then we'll pick us up some of the Indian yellow and a little of the titanium white. We'll come out here and let this little dude catch a sun ray or two, just like so. And we'll pull him on back some. Just don't kill all the dark. Let's keep in mind, once you add these highlights, it's hard to go back. It is real hard to go back and add dark color again. Okay, about like so. I'm going to lay this brush down a second, and I'm going to come into, this brush has got a little white on it. I'm going to come right into the sap green and the cad yellow color that we was using. And I'm going to come right in here under these trees, and I'm going to go to tapping down, following the lay of the land all the way down. And I want this to look like it's coming out from under the trees under here. And the way I'm gonna get it to do that is here in just a second. I'm gonna come in here and add some more limbs and stuff, just like so, along here and down at his foots. That's what I want to do right here on this little island, is I want this color to come down like so. And then I want to take some of the yellow ochre and put just a little bit of red in it, just a little bit. And I'm going to come out here on the outside edge of this, cross through here, and just fill this in, all back in here. Make it look like little bushes from a distance. All right, now this is going to come down in front of that one, and it's going to cut it off. And in order to do that, we got to have a change of color right here. So in order to do that, we got to know what it is there. And in my mind, I think we go into a little of the titanium white, and come back up in here into our yellow ochre, and just tap it straight on the brush. Pick up just a little of the sap green, not much, just a little, and tap all these colors together right here on the brush. And you can see my brush is open. My bristles are open. And I'm going to come right up here, and I'm going to touch the canvas just like so. Just touch it at the bottom and push straight up. That's all I'm doing. Then come back into some Indian yellow, maybe a little red here and there. We just want to keep us a color change in here, because we don't want everything tying together, that's for sure. And we just want to keep, since we're at the bank over here, we want to keep these colors growing up, straight. We don't want them growing at angles. We want these colors to grow straight up back here. And if you want to, here and there, you can pick up some white and come over here into this blue, and a little bit of the alizarin. Remember, always more alizarin than blue. It's just a golden rule, I think. And you can come up here and just add a little pop of color, just something totally different. A little more white right here. And come in here, change the color again. Come in here and pick up just some straight blue. And then back in here, just add your little blue bush. People say, where do you come from? Well, it's been there the whole time. You just didn't see it. All right. Then And we will come out. Let's do us another one of little blue ones. I like that. It just stands out so pretty in there with that, with all these other colors. We'll bring it down like so, all the way to the water. All right, now I think we need to stop right here a minute and clean the fan brush so I can start highlighting these evergreens back here. About like so. I'll bring a little sap green forward. I'll mix it in with the yellow. Maybe a little of the yellow ochre. A little more to green. I want this highlight to show up. But with that being said, I don't want it just too bright. I want you to be able to tell it's, you know, that it's dark green colored, and the only way you can really tell that is when you get started. So you have to come up first and just touch, and that looks pretty good right there, because we just want a little highlight here and there. We're definitely not gonna not put a whole lot on these trees. Just a little here and there. That's all we want. Like I said, I don't wanna set these trees on fire back here. For one reason, they're far away. And another reason, I just don't want real bright evergreens in this painting. I just want a difference in color back there, just so you know they're there. Just like so. And then I know we're going to have a little thinner right here because I got crazy with the tree bark. I can pick us up a little Indian yellow and bring over. Not like so. I'm going to come up here and just here and there. Flip over, use the other side, and just lightly tap up. That's all we're doing till we get us a little color on there. Alright, I'm going to need to do the same over here. Just lightly tap. Tap up. That's all we're doing. Bring your color across that trunk. That'll make it look like its limbs sticking out towards you. About like this right here is all we need. Alright, now I want to pick up some more of this yellow ochre. It's got the green with it, a little Indian yellow. Just mix all these colors right on the brush. And I want to come right up here to the bottom. And I just want to push up a little color across here. Make it look like little grass that's growing back here. That's all we need. And we can bring a little of this color in the water. Just a little. Because remember what I said earlier, it don't have to be perfect. Just like so. Now to blend that, I am going to pick up that 1-inch brush that had all that other color on it. I'm just barely going to come over that, just barely graze it, just like so. And then very gently pull the color out, just like so. And that's all we got to do. That is it. And then in here, I'm going to pick up a little of the red, and I'm going to come right in here. See, I got my little blue bush here. I'm going to come right in here with a little of the red and yellow ochre. And I'm going to bring in a nice little tree, nice little bush, right over the blue one. And I'll stop it right there. I won't kill all the color. Then I'm going to go back into the yellow ochre. And I'm going to come right up here and just cross it over, just like so. Then I'll do the same thing over here and just cross it over. Just make sure you don't kill all your darks coming down through here, because if you do, your whole bank's going to disappear on you. And if the whole bank disappears on you, it'll take you a little work right there fixing that. Not that you couldn't fix it, but it'll just take you a little work to do it. Alright. In my opinion, it's ready to go. Ready for a signature frame in the wall. And with that said, I'll take my liner brush again. And I will come right into the red paint. And I will put my signature over here. And just like that, once that's ready. I have no idea what this black streak is right there. I'm hoping within a couple days it'll go away. I have seen canvases do that before. They'll pick up a weird color and then a couple days later it'll be gone. If not, I'll bring a huge tree in here. That's what Bob would have done, huh? Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed this. It was just a fun little something I had in mind to do. It's not a hard paint to do, so anybody that wants to paint it, feel free to follow along. As far as the colors go, use any colors you want. All I was showing you was the techniques for loading the brush. Because, and like I said earlier, I am fixing to work on getting it to where you can see the palette, because a lot of what goes on up here happens on that palette. And I guess it really is important that you see the technique for loading the brush. And I apologize that it's taking me this long to get it, but cameras ain't cheap, and I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and just get a camera that I can dedicate to doing both things, or look into some more equipment that may be useful for that. I'll figure something out, and whatever it takes, we'll get it to where y'all can see the work that goes on the palette. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching this video if you watch it. I love you guys. God loves you more. And y'all have a blessed night. I can't think of anything else right off the top of my head that I didn't cover already or something maybe I should have said that I didn't, but this blue bush right here is hiding and it's worried me. So it won't be blue long. I'm gonna go back in here and, as a matter of fact, we'll do that before I close the video. That way you can see how I done it. And as soon as I do that, I'll turn it off. Because I know y'all don't care nothing about watching every little minute of these videos. I'm going to go right into some Indian yellow and white mixed together. Right on the brush. And we'll come right up here. And I'm just going to make that little bush, just make him stand out on his own now. Do away with that blue, just like that. Alright guys, I'm done with it. It's pretty, it's colorful, it was fun. And again, thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a blessed night.